I'm about to show you guys how I caught 500 points on NQ in literally 30 minutes, and I'm done for the day. My model is called the top-down model. It's very simple. I coined it myself. I've used this to acquire over $500,000 in funding. So it starts off with higher time frame analysis, then intermediate time frame analysis, then we'll check time of day, and then we'll go into the entries. So starting off with the higher time frame here, we're starting off here on the 4 hour because the daily for me didn't have much direction. Now on the 4 hour, I want to establish a bias. So you can see here that we came into this new week opening gap, and we now have rejected away from it here in London, creating this rejection wick with inefficiencies that are here, as well as the fact that we are at a steep discount. We can at least come back to this 50% equilibrium level on the 4 hour here. Now I want to confirm that the 1 hour also looks in line with that. So on the 1 hour here, we created this bullish order block. Once we passed the open of this bearish candle right here on this bullish candle, that created a bullish order block, rejecting away from that. And you can see here that we have created this bullish order block. And not only that, we've confirmed a bullish reaction from that because we are hovering around the mean threshold of that bullish order block and starting to expand away. So now that I know that the higher time frame is good to go, I'm going to check for the intermediate time frame because it's important to see, does the intermediate time frame line up with the higher time frame. Now you can see here that this is around where the 1 hour bullish order block was created. Okay, we had this accumulation, and then going into 9:30, we had this manipulation lower and then engulfing candle higher, bullish order flow now coming in. We've also inverted this IFEG here. So on the 15 minute, this looks a bit bullish. So now the 15 minute is lining up with my 1 hour and 4 hour bias. On the 5 minute, you can also see here that we swept these equal lows right here at 9:30 and then ended up creating a very strong 5 minute bullish order block. So now I know that both parts of my intermediate time frame, which is the 15 minute and the 5 minute, align with my higher time frames with the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Now that's the first two checkbox in the situation. Now let's go to time of day. We also know that time of day right now, we are around 9:30. So what do I usually want to see around 9:30? If I want to go bullish, I want to see some sort of manipulation lower, right? And so I saw manipulation lower here, which is that Judas swing at 9:30, and then price ended up reacting higher. So that is a confirmation that the time of day is in sync and that it is conducive for it to go in my favor. And then lastly here, we'll end off on the entry. So the entry I use is what we call a 22 model. A 22 model is very simple, okay? You have a low that gets swept by this leg, and then a break of market structure right here, and there must be a fair value gap. Return back to that fair value gap, and price runs higher. That's a 22 model, very simple. So you can see here exactly that. Now I know that higher time frame is aligned, intermediate time frame is aligned, time of day is aligned. I just want to make sure it's my entry there. So I have this low here, high, lower low. So we have this liquidity swept, break of market structure on this leg, fair value gap that we return back to. So this was my entry right here, below this low. Stop loss went below this candle, and I got out around here for a nice 1 to 2.